morning, good morning. Well, morning where I am. Hope everybody's doing fine. Not doing nothing yet right here, so prepping some more of these wood slices. I have some orders that I'm working to fulfill. So these are some well, not coasters. These are going to be Christmas ornaments. So these are part of an Etsy order, and then I got to get to this stack of coasters back here that I've been kind of sitting on. So I will be doing that shortly. Everything that I do here is all custom made to order. Just like these right here. So these are part of an order. Hi, how's it going? Welcome to the live. I'm just gonna be live here for a while, working on some backed up orders. So I figured I'd go live while working on it. Here's another order that I'm working on. This is a set of 4 Betty Boop coasters. These are gonna be Christmas ornaments. I just gotta finish up with the sealant on those. Here's another one that I'm just kind of working on. And then, as you can see in the back, my realistic portrait of Sonic the Hedgehog with Prismacolor pencil colors. I'd like to finish that today, so that's part of what I'm doing. But right now, I got 2 more Christmas ornaments to work on. So what I started doing with these is I shave off the bark. I mean, I know it gives it that kind of rough look for the wood slice, but I find it makes a better product. So I started shaving off the bark off the side, and then later when I'm ready, I'm gonna go and prime these white so that I can, because I'm doing a Taylor Swift one and a Princess Red. And then I'm also in the process of printing a bunch of keychains, 3D printed keychains. So this is kind of what I have made up so far, just in the last 3 days. So I have some Fallout skull helmets that I'm going to be painting. These are Stormtrooper, and then I have these are Sonic the Hedgehog like coins, and then some other R2D2 Star Wars 3D printed keychains. I'm also working on, I have 3 stacks, so I got 15 more over here that I'm working on. Sonic, I got Shadow, Knuckles and Tails keychains. And here's a neat little one I'm working on. I gotta get some screws for it, but it's a fidget keychain. So got the little gears on it, and it's just for fidgeting. So, but I need to get, it has this little top piece, but I gotta get some screws and some hex bolts that go on the back side. So this is something that I'm gonna start making. Also, my daughter wanted one, so I'm in the process of kind of mass producing those. So, but yeah, everything I make is all by custom order. I mean, I make stuff just to make it. I haven't. I also do like drawing videos and stuff, but I haven't. Last month wasn't a good month for me to make videos, and I had time, but I had a lot of other stuff going on, so I kind of just put it off. So for those of you who are subscribed to my channel for the videos, I apologize. I will be getting back into making videos again this month. More so longer videos as well. That way I can start doing some how-to videos as requested by some people. And I have also had some people who requested me some regular drawings. I am getting to those as soon as I can, so I do apologize for that. So I hope everybody's doing well on this morning. Wednesday morning for me. And then this is actually what just finished printing. Rather fitting for this stream. It's a YouTube play button that I'm turning into some keychains. So these are also something that I will be putting up for sale. So all the keychains that I make, they're all $5 a piece. So, you know, very, very inexpensive. It doesn't take me very long to print some of these. I'm working to do 5 per. I mean, why not YouTube, right? We're all on YouTube right now, so a neat little. Now these I'll be painting. I don't have red filament, but I'm gonna spray paint this thing red and then paint the arrow or the play button in the middle, paint it white. So, but yeah, that's just kind of what we got going on here. I am looking for a pair of pliers that I cannot find. Just making a bunch of stuff. Figured I'd hop on here while I'm in my process. I'm trying to find my cutting pliers so I can, there they are, prepping my printer to get another YouTube play button printed. Yeah. So what is everybody else up to today on this Wednesday morning? It's not Monday, it's Wednesday. Oh, and there's also my Lego character has his 50 cal heavy machine gun, so he's ready to rock and roll. He's actually our Overwatch for the printer, so I got him on guard duty. But yeah, I do plan on pushing out a lot more actual drawing videos here soon. It was just a hectic month last month, a lot of different stuff. I had a good month previously. I pushed out quite a bit of videos. If you're not subscribed to the channel, I highly suggest that you subscribe if you like satisfying art videos and art style videos. I do all of those. Sorry you can't really see what I'm doing right now off camera, but like I said, I'm shaving off the bark off of this wood slice so I can prep it for the next 2 wood slices that I will be prepping to draw and paint. But these are handmade. Well, I mean, I cut the wood, prep the surface. This is drawn on here. Everything's drawn by hand, so I don't do any tracing. Just give me 1 second, because I will get to some drawing here in a little bit. Just trying to, got a million steps going on at once, so I'm just trying to keep everything running as I'm going. I just figured I hadn't been on here in a little bit, live streaming, so I'm gonna go more regular this month, streaming live. Especially when I start getting more commissions in, that way I can live stream how I do everything, kind of like I'm doing right now. But okay, let's see, gotta get that. So the printer is printing. So we have another YouTube play button keychain that will be in the works here soon. And then I'm going to get screws today and also going to start making some more of these 3D printed little fidget keychains. So, but let's see. I'm gonna put these off to the side because these are basically done. I just need to let's see. Yeah, this was not ready, so I'm gonna have to open this up. Just kind of sit there. And these I just need to bring in my garage and start prepping them. So I will do that when I'm not live. I might actually do some more work on this Sonic picture here in a minute, but I also need to start drawing out some of these coasters. Got a total of 12 coasters to make for a body shop a friend of mine owns that I actually worked for. So he was cool enough to order a nice, good set of 12. So 8 of them is for his body shop. The other 4 are going to be for a food truck that he's actually starting. So that's kind of cool. So I'm going to get started on these. I'm basically just going to be drawing some paint guns on 4 of them, and the other 4 are going to be his body shop logo. But towards the end, once I get a few of these sketched out, I'll indulge whoever's here, and I'll start sketching and doing some more coloring of that Sonic picture. It's a recent drawing of last week, and I'm just kind of slowly adding all the details, the hyperrealism, which is an area that I really want to get into. Once this photo is done, I'm probably going to make some prints of it so I can maintain my original. And, you know, if people want to buy prints, I'll have prints for sale. But, let's see. Paint done. Clip off it. We're about to start drawing on here. That was cool. I think I'll go with that one. Monochrome. That monochrome is a cool style. Alright, I think that'll be a better one for me to draw. So let's get started on this one. Yeah, I would say I have a little bit of a different approach when it comes to like sketching. So when I did this picture, I actually did sketch out the shapes. So I made the shape like a oval shape for the face to kind of get the proportions down. Just because it is difficult to do it without that. I mean, I'm sure they got people that can do it. Super talented. Um, I'm talented, but when it comes to realism, I'm not very practiced in it. So um, this is just practice for me, training to get better at hyperrealism, which is coming out good. I'm pleased with the outcome so far, but it's not perfect, and it'll get there. So, but that's one thing that I'm. So I've always been the type of artist to sketch, kind of just as I see it, and not breaking things down into shapes. Whereas, because I mean, even with, like with this paint gun I'm drawing, I'm not really breaking it down into too many shapes. But like I've mainly drawn before where I don't break anything down into shapes. I just kind of sketch it as I see it, um, which can be a challenge when it's certain drawings. So when I started drawing this one, I actually did the shape for the face, and then just really focused on uh, the proportions for the eyes and the nose, and trying to like, you know, have everything situated, and it actually made it a little bit easier for me um, to create where I'm at so far. Because now where it's at, I'm really just kind of creating all the fine detail with the pencil colors and adding all the shadows and the different shades of color and stuff like that. So um, I'm happy how it's coming out. I mean, it's a good start into like my exploration of doing realism portrait drawing and painting and stuff like that. Um, so we shall see where that will go in the future, as far as you know, where I can take that skill set and skill level at. Because I will say it's not easy. It is very it is difficult, but what I've learned with it is the fine details is what's really, you know, makes it pop. And that's kind of an obvious statement, but when you're on the side of creating it, you know, it can be a challenge to get all those fine little details, but um, when you nail those details, it just amplifies the results of your picture, drawing, whatever you're doing. So not just like realism, but even just simple drawings and just getting certain features in that makes it distinguishable to what you're drawing. So it's all part of the madness that goes into, because like this is definitely was one where it's like you need to trust the process of watching it unfold, because I mean I had a pretty good sketch down, but started adding some of the colors that I wasn't really sure about how it was going to turn out. But that also just comes with fine tuning the colors to blend and make them just like basically just pop. So I'm pleased where it's going. There's definitely some differences compared to the reference photo that I'm using for that picture, but I mean it's well on its way to being one of my better realism photos or pictures that I've drawn. And I love how well the Prismacolor pencil colors um, blend together, create new colors. It's just it's very, they're very pleasing to use as an artist whenever you can really capture those details that you're looking for um, within your painting or your drawing. So highly recommend. I mean, everything I use is expensive materials. Like I use Prismacolor, I use Posca markers, I use Montana Gold, spray paint. I mean, I don't really spare much expense when it comes to my materials. or what I use. But I mean, I've only really been back into my artwork for 3 years now, and I have played with some other paint pens and different things like that, and just have gravitated towards the Posca markers, Copic markers. I do like Ohuhu. I have a set of Ohuhu, and I do like them. Um, Another great like alternative, I guess, or just another great brand. So, if there are any aspiring artists out there in the audience, you know, practice with what you have, because you can always still like create something really amazing. It's not like the deal is, it's not just the materials that make you. I mean, you gotta have there's gotta be some level of skill there, but the materials, when you acquire some skills, just amplify the results of what you're trying to achieve. So, yeah. But it's just like anything, you know, like even like film, like making videos and film and stuff. Like, I mean, I still make videos for my channel with my phone. I mean, I'm not really in the market right now for a really expensive camera, but I do everything from my phone. It's quick, it's easy, I can get the job done, you know. So eventually, when I can scale my channel and like my art business, so to say, I don't like how that's coming out. Kind of messing up over here. Now that I'm looking at it, so on the gun that I'm looking at, this should be more straight in line with this. It's like it's bent, so it's like a nozzle that's bent. So I'm gonna have to erase this, kind of straighten it out. So they really make it easier on myself with this black background, but I mean, this is the color. The green and black is the color scheme of the body shop that I'm making these coasters for. So you just kind of have to work with what I'm doing here. So that'll be fine. I got a kneaded eraser that I can use to kind of shift. This is all good. Actually, the whole bit where I started would have to kind of rotate this way some. And I know y'all really can't see what I'm talking about or looking at, but I'm checking out a reference photo of a paint gun. I'm kind of just going off of the design. So now what I need to do, where's my kneaded eraser? So, gonna erase the nozzle. So what I usually do is I'll use like what I've done for like the last year or so in making these ornaments, coasters, or even like my customized letters that I make for people. I've used white Prismacolor pencil colors to sketch out what I'm doing, and then I come back with the Posca markers and paint. Well, as of recently, I started using like regular pencil, like a 2B or 2H pencil, to sketch it out so that I can get a more clearly defined picture of what I'm trying to draw and paint, and the result. So basically, these are the result of me using the regular pencil to sketch it out. Everything is a lot cleaner, much nicer lines. My line work is much better. So I'm kind of just figuring out the process as I go. This Leonardo is the third Leonardo that I do on a wood slice, and this is the best one that I've made. Just because of the color, the shading, everything is like popping on it. So you know, with all of this, it's really just been trial and error, trying to figure out what's the best way, what's going to work and make it look the best. So it's a learning curve, no big deal, but I'm all about it. I mean, it's not a big deal. Um, we're we're learning in the process because you know this is something that I started doing about a year, little almost a year ago, and it's not really a I mean, art is not really a clearly defined field because you can go into so many different areas with it. So for me, I'm just kind of paving my own way, um, doing doing things similar to some other people. I mean, a big thing that got me started with the wood slices is a guy that I watch, which I'm if anybody here is into art like videos and stuff, I'm sure you follow and watch Ryan Murray R&D. He's got a big art channel, a big art presence on YouTube, and I do follow his stuff. And last Christmas, well, going into last Christmas is actually where I kind of got the idea from him when he did 50 wood ornaments, like kind of one off. So, I mean, I do duplicated versions of the same ones because, like I said, that Leonardo that I showed a little while ago is the third Leo that I do. Sold one on Etsy. I sold one and actually my other one sold in person a few days ago because I do local craft shows and stuff too. So that one was sold recently, but the the ones that I'm working on right now are just much better quality because I'm also getting better. I mean, you know, the more you do something, the better you're going to get at it. So I draw every single day now. So I'm basically just continuing to build my skill set. There we go. I had to tilt this whole thing. It was kind of leaning, like a leaning paint gun with a bent nozzle. That wouldn't have, looking at it, it wouldn't have made sense. So, but yeah, if you can't really tell, I'm drawing a paint gun. There's the paint canister, and here's the paint gun for a body shop that I actually used to work for. And they were so kind and gracious to order 12, um, 12 coasters, 8 of them for the body shop, and then they have a food truck business. So I'm also going to be making 4 more. But this is what I got to work on. I got them all sprayed. So I got to do 4 like this, and then 4 with the business logo, which will be cool. So shout out to Precision Dental Store here in Houma, Louisiana. It's my old body shop that I worked for. A buddy of mine that owns it. They do phenomenal work. So that one, and what I've learned as of recently. So what I used to do was I'd paint the background, and then I would sketch out with the pencil the character, and then I would paint. These, so like this one's actually going to get poured with resin. So I'm pouring resin on top of this one. But these over here are going to drill the hole, put the string, and then I'm only going to be spraying acrylic sealer. The problem is if you lay acrylic sealer on too thick, it'll make the paint suck back and peel and crack. So what I'm having to do is I'm just going to kind of dust it on there, like spray it just a little bit, just to get a little bit on there, and we'll build up the layers. Well, what I started doing though was, like now that this is sketched out, what I'm going to do is I'm going to spray acrylic sealer on top of it, and then it'll give it a little bit more of a slick surface. I mean, when you're painting, you want somewhat of a rough surface because you want the pores to grab onto and hold the paint that you're putting down. But what I found with these is sometimes when I'm dragging my Posca pens across this rough surface, it likes to like throw paint all over like a paint splatter. So what I started doing was I'm gonna go and I'm not gonna start painting this one yet, but I'm gonna go and seal this one, and then I have a little bit of a smoother surface to paint on top of, and then I'm gonna put another layer of sealer afterwards, and that's how I did these two. So the paint around stitch is all kind of shiny because it has a sealer on it, and all I have left is to paint another sealer on there. And just in that time of me kind of not really doing a whole lot so far. I apologize, I'm just talking away. Um, but here's another YouTube play button. So this is going to be another keychain that I'm working on. So I have two of those now. I'm actually going to get my printer started to start up another one. Okay, so let's go ahead and let's do this one facing. So what we're gonna this time we're gonna start with the nozzle. Maybe that'll keep me a little bit straighter on my paint gun. So we'll go with that right there. And then there. Just basic geometric shapes, and you know, the more and more I work in like realism, drawing, painting, portraits, and stuff like that, I'm learning just more so that you really just have to break down whatever it is you're drawing into some simple shapes, and then you just kind of build it out from there. So this paint gun is a very good example and kind of like a teaching point to, and by, look, no means am I a professional teacher, artist. Everything I do, I've taught myself to do a lot from the University of YouTube. So I don't know everything, but a good teaching point, so to say, is your basic shapes, and you just build one shape on top of the other until you have, you know, the piece that you're basically working on, and that's kind of what, because this is a different paint gun than I've used in the past as far as a reference photo for a paint gun. Because this is like this will be the second thing I make for my buddy's body shop. The first one I made a door placard with the name of the shop just to make for them as like a test. Because I, you know, let me push that out for you. Because I mean, I stopped working there. I think it was about 2022, 2023, I worked there. Was learning all the body work, and I really just got back into my artwork, and here I am, kind of paving my old way. challenging, scary, but I know it's going to be rewarding because I'm doing what I want to do and what I love to do, which is draw. Um, and taking it for what it's worth and trying to see where this will take me as far as the business side of things, because this is going to be a fully functioning, like a legitimate LLC, but it's going to be a combination of having this YouTube channel and whatever I can eventually build up to, um, as just creating videos and stuff. I mean, there's a real promise using this platform for, I mean, really like financial freedom. It could happen eventually, but I'm not trying to focus solely on like, oh, you can make so much money on YouTube. Like, that's great. I mean, especially in today's world, who wouldn't want a little bit extra money, even if it's just a little bit off of videos you make? My thing is, and I've said this before, my previous streams last month, is I'm trying to build more of a community, involved community. That's why I'm going to be leaning more towards making longer form videos that are education based with art value based, as opposed to just like entertainment videos, which I'll still make those. Like, I think most of my YouTube shorts will be kind of like entertaining art, and then the rest of it I will focus on educational. So like, I want to start doing some how-to videos, how-to series on how to do like the certain art styles for people who are just starting out. I've watched a ton of videos when I first got back into drawing a few years ago on how to like do the glitch effect and how to do the glow effect and these different like art styles that, if you've watched any of my videos on my channel, you know that I've created some of those creations. I'm sorry, I apologize if I'm just kind of rambling. I mean, it's just me talking, not a lot of feedback, so I'm just going to kind of talk about whatever comes to mind. I mean, if anybody's actually watching and wants to chime in, feel free to help steer the conversation a little differently. But this platform can provide a lot of training, apart from the obvious amounts of videos that you can watch. But for me, it's kind of like training myself to speak to people that I don't even know, and to just not be afraid of basically talking while I'm doing what I love to do. Because ultimately, this is what I love to do. Is just drawing in general. So I would love to know what other people's like hobbies are, like passions are, because it's kind of interesting to know what somebody else, is into or likes to do, because there's so many different things that we can do. Don't know who that is. I already have an incoming call. You can leave me a voicemail so that I can start the process of painting them, because the next step is to get my oh heck, to get the oh, screen froze. Let's see. What happened? My end it shows the screen is frozen. Let me pull up my channel. See what's going on. Stream. Definitely. Huh. What happened? Tell you what, I'm gonna end it and start it over because it froze.